morning, day grade 8 students. Welcome to DepEd TV. I'm your teacher, Fremy, Teacher Rami. Get ready and enjoy learning and studying English right in the comfort of your home. So come on, get your pen, paper, and your self-learning module and let's start to learn and to love English. In the previous episode, you learned about transition signals to achieve coherence. Now let's refresh your knowledge about them through this activity. Our activity is called What's That Word? Arrange the letters to form the transition signal that will complete each sentence. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Number 1. Technology helps connect people, blank, we must use it responsibly. Number 2. Staying at home prevents us from getting and spreading the virus. Blank, it gives us more quality time with our family. Number 3. We have an important role to stop the health crisis. Blank, we must obey the health and security measures set by the government. Number 4. We must eat nutritious food and exercise. Blank, our bodies can fight against diseases. Number 5. Young people could make use of their time by doing activities while staying indoors. Blank, making crafts and doing household chores. It's time to check your work. Number 1. Technology helps connect people. However, we must use it responsibly. Number 2. Staying at home prevents us from getting and spreading the virus. Also, it gives us more quality time with our family. Number 3. We have an important role to stop the health crisis. Therefore, we must obey the health and security measures set by the government. Number 4. We must eat nutritious food and exercise so that our bodies can fight against diseases. And number 5. Young people could make use of their time by doing activities while staying indoors, such as making crafts and doing household chores. Did you get all the answers correctly? I bet you did. Great job! Now, what have you noticed with the sentences? Have you observed that they also express feelings and ideas? Today, you will learn other words aside from transition signals that can be used to express your feelings and ideas. You see, as a human being, it is normal for us to encounter different situations, and our emotional responses to these situations can be positive or negative. However, regardless of what they are, knowing how to properly express our thoughts is the real challenge. To start off today's lesson, you will do a self-reflection on how you respond to the different situations given through this activity. Let's play I must or I must not. Take a look at the first picture. What does it show? That's right. Picture 1 shows a teen helping out with some household chores. Do you say I must or I must not? The answer is I must. It's definitely a good thing if you try your best to help out with household chores, especially because as teenagers, you already have the ability and skills to be of real help around the household. Especially because you have no choice but to stay at home at this time. It's one way of showing personal responsibility and consideration for your parents. Let's now take a look at the next picture. What does it show? Yes! Picture 2 shows a teen eating junk food. Do you say I must or I must not? We all know that eating junk food is really tempting. However, we also know that eating junk food is unhealthy. So you should try to avoid eating junk food as much as possible if you want to have a healthy body. So the answer is, I must not. Now how about the next picture? What does it show? Correct! Picture 3 shows a teen studying her lessons. Do you say I must or I must not? As students, it's very important that you allot a specific time for studying your lessons to help you in your academic performance. So the answer is, I must. Finally, we are down to the last picture. What does the picture show? That's great! The picture shows a teen still staying up late while using his mobile phone. Do you say I must or I must not? We know for a fact that staying up late is not good both for your brain and body. More so if you are using your mobile phone since it emits blue light that is harmful to your eyes. So the answer is, I must not. If you have noticed, the words must and must not are used in the activity to show your response. The word must is one of the words that you can use to express emotions or opinions in order to convince or persuade. In today's episode, you will learn different verbs that you can use to communicate your emotions or opinions on certain issues. Let's listen and at the same time, read the dialogue between Noel and Nanay.
Mother, I want to go outside. I already miss playing with my friends.
Unfortunately, with this pandemic, I think that is the best for you to stay home. I'm afraid that you will get sick. Besides that, we're still under enhanced community quarantine.
Why are we under ECQ, Mother?
During ECQ, the government must control the people's movement in public to stop the spread of the virus. That is why it's important for us to stay at home.
But Mother, Can you just give me 30 minutes to play outside?
No, Noel, I strongly disagree. You should follow what I tell you.
So what should I do now?
I suggest you just play with your brother and sister, Jose and Nene, or you could join me when I pray for your father's safety, since he is a frontliner.
Okay, Mother, I will join you pray for Father. I'm so glad to do that for him.
Do you still remember what part of speech these underlined words are? Excellent! These words are called verbs. We all know that a verb expresses a state of being or shows an action and provides essential information within a sentence. In the same manner, the underlined words that are action verbs want, miss, disagree, and modal verbs must, should, could are also used to highlight emotions, reactions, and opinions. And they are identified as emotional response verbs. Emotional response verbs indicate that someone feels something and something happened to cause an emotional response. The two types of verbs that are considered emotional response verbs are action verbs that express opinions and emotions and modal verbs. We will first focus our discussion on action verbs that express opinions and emotions. Action verbs that express actions or states of an emotional or psychological nature are considered emotional response verbs. It indicates that the subject is feeling something. There is an emotion involved, as in the verbs want, miss, and disagree. Other examples of verbs with emotions are amuse, annoy, baffle, bewilder, bore, confuse, depress, disappoint, excite, frighten, frustrate, interest, motivate, overwhelm, please, puzzle, shock, surprise, and worry. These action verbs have specific features about them that make them emotional response verbs. First, the emotion has a source or stimulus, and it has an experiencer or receiver who feels the emotional response. The source can be a person, thing, or event that triggers the emotion or mindset in the subject. The experiencer is usually a person, although animals can also exhibit emotional responses who feels the effect or effects of that emotion. Here is an example. A lot of people worry about the pandemic and its effects. In this sentence, the emotional response verb is worry, which was used to tell us that the speaker has strong negative feelings. The source of the emotional response verb worry is an event, the pandemic, and its effects. The source of the emotional response verb worry is an event, the pandemic, and its effects. The experiencer is a lot of people because they are the ones who are experiencing the negative emotion, that of being worrying. Let's look at the example sentences in the dialogue. Nanay, I want to go outside. In the first sentence, the emotional response verb is want, which was used to tell us that the speaker has a strong desire to see his friends. The source of the emotional response verb want is an event, he is unable to play outside with his friends, which is an activity that he misses. The experiencer is Noel because he is the one who wants to play outside. Number 2. Nanay, I strongly disagree. In the second sentence, the emotional response verb is disagree, which was used to tell us that Nanay doesn't feel the same way as Noel does. The source of the emotional response verb disagree is also an event, the ECQ, a period where the government must control the people's movement in public to stop the spread of the virus. The experiencer is Nanay because she is the one who is disagreeing because she must follow the ECQ protocols. That's it for today, grade 8 English students. For our next episode, we will discuss the other type of verb used in expressing opinions and emotions to persuade or convince. So make sure to always stay tuned to DepEd TV and continue to have a journey with me in grade 8 English, where you will have fun and interesting learning experiences that will not just feed your mind, but will also nurture your love for English. Again, this is your teacher, Frenny, Teacher Rami, saying, don't fret, because learning English is not a threat. Instead, it is our gateway to understand and to learn more about the world.